I appear to not be able to hear you.
Oh, I'm not talking, so.
Oh, alright.
But there's something weird. What the hell is that?
Oh, no. Good enough. Okay. Alright. Welcome. Welcome to the podcast. What? I can't, I don't know. I don't exactly know. What is that? What are you doing? Open palette. Oh, nice. Aw, that's pathetic. I, I don't know if you're exactly talking. I'm just here. Are you talking? Did I mute?
We don't talk about how I accidentally just turned off the mic. We don't talk about it, okay? I accidentally turned off the mic. How long has that been like that for?
You accidentally turned off your mic.
Yeah, no. Oh, I'm such a fucking idiot.
Nah, that's alright.
Like, yesterday I accidentally blocked someone. I was like, what?
uh,
I need to play more Black Film. Uh, okay, the orange thing's gone now. What?
the orange what is gone?
There was a little pixel on my screen, yeah. It wasn't an Oculus thing. It was, I could touch it in this game, but, it's whatever.
So welcome. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the It's Not Over Till It's Over podcast.
Uh, yeah, thanks for having me, I guess. Uh, I'm just
It's an awkward
angry.
it's an awkward first start if you think about it.
Yeah.
So we
I've
can't.
never done this before, you know. It's very awkward for me. I'm also a very awkward person, so I'm very
Right, right. I mean, what we do here is we basically shoot the shit. Basically, we just talk about anything.
Hey,
uh, anything you want to talk about? Anything on your mind?
Hmm. Let's talk about honestly. Let's talk about how let's talk about school shootings. Let's talk about
You
that.
see, I live in England, so it doesn't happen here. I mean, you've got knives.
How are you?
Oh, he picked
I
up the
didn't do that.
table.
Didn't do that. My sofa's in the way.
Hold on, give me a second. All right. Um. Well, for those who are viewing, I'm doing pretty good. I'm married. I'm honestly, I'm married now. Well, I've been married for the past couple of weeks now, so I'm still in like the honeymoon phase.
Oh, congratulations as well, yeah. I forgot to say this when we first met.
Thank you.
Congratulations for being married. Okay.
Yes, indeed. I'll just take your hand with me. But yeah, yeah. Ah, thank you. But so yeah,
School
here,
shootings, yeah.
yeah, school shootings. Yeah. Let's talk about what's the main leading to cause of school shootings? Like they always want to blame like violent video games, such as for example Call of Duty.
No, I don't think it's Call of Duty. I feel like it's more like the kids being dickheads, kind of. I don't know.
I think it's
You know, it doesn't have
yeah, I agree. I think it's more or less like how the parents raise their child. Honestly,
Yeah, yeah. If you got some, yeah, if your parents aren't very good, then you're gonna turn into a. But my question is, how the hell do the kids get the guns
that is. I mean, unless like they steal them or like they know a person.
if they just know a person that's just selling an
They
AK?
just, yeah,
And
just
they get through.
a grown man
No.
who, has a gun license, and then, they go out, they buy a
Yeah.
gun, they lose their mind, and they shoot up stuff. Like, let's talk about here in America. You probably already know. Like, oh my God, my hand, everything is spazzing out because the camera is above me, and I don't think it can register me down here. But let's talk about the Sandy Hook shooting.
I
Right?
haven't heard that one. Wait,
You haven't
I
heard
haven't
about the
heard about
Sandy
it.
Hook?
No, you want to tell me about it?
All right, so this happened like years, not like years ago, but this happened like I think somewhere in like I wanna say like 2013, 2015, somewhere around there. I don't know. I'm not too
Yeah.
sure. My memory is kind of foggy because I tend to like forget that this stuff actually happens and I just move on with my life. But it was a grown man who just straight up walked up to his school with an AR rifle. And they walked in, no police, right? No police at all, just students and teachers. And he just straight up shot up the whole school. And I believe what happened is I think two teachers were killed and 5 kids, or no, 5 to like maybe 10 kids were killed, and like somewhere along the line a couple of them were injured. But like they wanted to blame, like if their excuse was not like they wanted to blame like video games, and then everybody else was just like, oh, it's mental illness. I'm just like, yeah, I kind of agree, it was mental illness. But like it's kind of funny how like back in the day when all this stuff happened, like what was the other one? What was the other one? The one with like the two boys who like shot up I think a mall.
This is the first time. What? Wait. I've got questions. How would they let a grown man walk into a school and wait? This just
It
wait.
it
How?
it is bothersome, like how, like, okay, they have windows, they could see outside the windows, unless like they pull down the curtains or those plastic like curtain things that roll up, and unless they did that and they didn't see the dude walking up. But like, how is it like people not on the outside? How did they not like see this person roll up with this big like AR-15 and just like
Wait,
huh?
did he walk into school holding it?
Yeah, he walked into the school holding it. He
Huh.
had, I
Yeah.
believe he had like an AR-15 and like a pistol. I don't know what kind of pistol. I think it was just like a civilian Glock or something around there.
how the how are people dumb enough to let that? I'm sorry, yeah, but people are dumb to let that happen.
No,
Like, how do
people.
people not see that happen?
Oh, people are just really. People are really idiotic in America. I'm sorry you don't. I'm sorry you can't. I'm sorry that you can't experience it, and you don't want to experience it
I
because
mean,
people are
yeah,
really dumb here.
yeah, I know, but oh yeah, what the hell? I still don't understand how you can physically. What? Okay, anyway, what happened with the two boys in the mall? I didn't hear about that one either.
I forgot the name of like that one that happened. Like I know
Yeah.
about the Sandy Hook one. Oh, the Columbine shooting. The Columbine shooting. That's what it was. The Columbine, and it was like these two dudes that they were both wearing trench coats and they had like the SMGs and like I don't know if they had bigger guns. I don't
Oh,
technically know if it. I think it was like a school or a mall, but they walked into some place and they just shot up the place. They shot it up, man. They shot security guards. They shot civilians. They shot a lot of people. Honestly,
what, just I'm just wondering what's going through their heads when they're doing this. Like, why do they do this? You know?
society.
Yeah, I guess, but like, Jesus,
Society.
just
I
to
mean,
pull up the mall and shoot up.
they just like if it's not because of how like the world is turning, it's usually because like society's shit, and then they just decide that forget it, I'm gonna die violently anyway, or I'm gonna go to jail for the rest of my life. Nah, instead, so they shoot it up, and then they're considered hostile, so then they got shot up themselves.
Yeah, obviously, but Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, but Americans are dumb as fuck. Well, some Americans are at least. Like, how do you just wait? I'm still wait. I mean, school shootings are so dumb, and those are just you just see a guy pull up with a AR in a
Yeah,
school, and then you've got two in the mall. Like, what the?
I mean,
It's
how
like I can't remember. Yeah.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, it's like, what was it called? I don't know if this was real or not because I remember someone telling me about it. It was like apparently this guy went up to, I think it was a Muslim place, and he shot up a bunch of Muslims and said subscribe to PewDiePie afterwards. I don't know if that was real or not, but he streamed it on Facebook apparently.
I think I heard of that. Oh no, I
Yeah,
get out of here.
I heard that. You know,
But yeah, no, but like I heard about that one too, honestly, because yeah, he just shot up a bunch of Muslims and then they were just like and he was just like, "Oh, subscribe to PewDiePie." And then I don't know, like everybody had like a lot of hatred towards PewDiePie because of it.
yeah, it's not even his fault. He didn't even have anything to do with it.
Yeah, this Swedish YouTuber's just over here trying to do YouTube. I mean, let's not be
Yeah.
wrong. I mean, he is kind of a dickhead though, but he's trying to get back at it. He's trying to get back to his old stuff. I just recently saw that he was trying to do the his whole amnesia thing again.
Oh, that. I haven't watched. Oh, it was ages ago since I watched that. But yeah, one minute. You remember the bridge? I remember the Far Cry bridge, like where he said the then he was on the news and that. At least where I heard he was on the news, saying the word on when he was on the bridge on a game or something.
Yeah, I do believe so. Yeah, too. I don't know. I don't really keep up with that guy. Like after like everything that he's gone through, and after his marriage to Marty, I kind of just stopped following him for a while. Like I didn't unsubscribe, but like I just kind of just stopped following.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't paying attention or anything. It just came up on the news one day. I was like, what? And then I went and saw the clip, and I was just, I don't know. I don't know why they had to make such a big deal of it. I know he's a big YouTuber and that, but like, put him on the news saying a word that most people, or not most people, but a lot of people say.
Yeah,
I know it's different now, but like,
yeah, yeah.
on the news, um, I like this awful silence, honestly. This awful.
Um, let's talk about what are the gun laws that are over there in London?
God,
Like,
I'm not 100% sure. I know you can get a gun if you're like, it's a hunter or something. You can get a licensed gun, but I'm not 100% sure on like how easy it is to obtain. Because I know a lot of the guns here are like illegal gang ones. But I remember when my granddad's alive, he had a double barrel shotgun. It was pretty cool. Never let me shoot it. I was I was very young back then, but I'm not 100% sure. I know it's difficult to get one, and you have to go through a bunch of mental tests and things.
um, I've shot in a gun before. I shot like one of those bolt action, but like it was the one that came with like a little tiny clip, and it was like a little tiny bullet, but like that bullet like it shattered as soon, or like it scattered as soon as it
Yeah.
like if it like punctured a person, it would scatter, and it would like just cut up their guts and whatnot, and it was just, oh man, it was crazy. Like I have I've never shot a person. I don't want to come off as like that dude. Like
Yeah, no.
I've only shot at
It's
like
a fun to shoot a gun, though.
I've only shot at targets.
Yeah. Is it fun to shoot guns?
Um, in a retrospective idea, it's fun to shoot at a target,
Yeah,
and
obviously not to shoot at people.
shooting.
But
Well, I mean, more or less, if you really think about it, like shooting a person, it's not like a video game. I mean, that person's gone. They I mean, if you could live through like maybe like let's talk about 50 Cent. Like, how does 50 Cent? I don't know if you know about 50 Cent. You probably do, but 50 Cent like survived 9 shots to the chest and the back. Like, how do you walk away from that?
9 shots?
9 shots from the
I heard he
chest to
got
the
shot,
back.
but I didn't know. How did he survive? Wait. Jesus Christ. What is it? Did he survive then? Yeah.
He
Yeah,
survived.
wait.
Yeah.
How did he survive 9 shots? Was it just like a normal AR or was it a pistol? Something like that.
No, it was like a piss. It was like a gang related instance that happened.
Uh, nine. I still can't. I mean, I've seen people get shot once and just flat out dead. Can't do anything about it. But he gets shot 9 times and he's a lucky guy. That's
He
so...
he really is lucky. I mean, I think he also got like shot in the jaw at some point, so that's like it gives him his like a speech impediment.
Yeah, that's...
And then he started to make like a lot of music after he got shot.
Yeah. Jesus. I don't think... Have I heard of one song? Oh, I can't remember. I didn't listen to music often, so I don't know too much. I don't think I... Do you know any of the song titles on that?
Do I remember the song title?
Do you
Um
know any titles I might know?
Before he got shot or after he got shot?
Anytime. I just
Anytime.
want to
All
know
right.
if I recognize any of the songs.
All right. Um oh man. Candy Shop. There's Candy Shop. I remember Candy Shop.
I think... wait. Yeah, I've heard this song title. Yeah.
And I think the other song. Oh no, it was the song like I think he came out with like after that whole incident happened, which was called like I think Many Men or something like that.
I haven't heard that. Wait. No, I don't know. I haven't heard that one.
But like, nah, dude, like all this like this gun violence, it's crazy. Honestly, like, I mean, with all like the gun restrictions here in America, it's ballistic. It's bonkers.
Yeah, wait. I don't know why they haven't just made guns illegal yet. I know it's for protection, but there's so many, like, shootings
Yeah.
about it. I don't know. It should be like England and just ban them. But in England, there's a lot of knife names, you know.
Hold on. Let me just, I know this is, unprofessional, but, let me just, text my wife back real quick.
I understand.
Alright. And I am back. And my phone is just gonna go into my pocket. Alrighty. Alright, so, I appear to be taller now.
I don't like that way.
I've appeared to get taller. But,
Gee.
but yeah, no, like, this gun violence, it's just crazy. It's insane. Like, here, it's insane because at one point, there was, there's like the whole, like, oh, we're gonna ban guns and this and that, and like, so many people were like so against banning guns and this and that, and then like, because of, you know, well, everybody knows this, you know of BLM, right?
Wait, say that again?
BLM, Black Lives Matter?
Oh, yeah, I know that, yeah.
Okay. Do you know about the spans of riots that happened here in like America? I don't know if anything happened
Yeah.
like over there during during that time.
Yeah, yeah, I heard about the riot.
But like they were bonkers. Like people were getting shot, people were like looting and breaking into stores. Like it's not happen. Well, to the least of my knowledge, it's not happening anymore. But
I
basically,
mean,
that was one of the main reasons why they wanted to like put down with like the gun violence, and then they also wanted to defund the police here in America,
but why do they want to defund? What?
or as they say over in London, the bobbies.
Yeah. Or, yeah.
But
But why do they want to defund? It's not like every single cop is a bad cop, if you think about it. That's really good.
no, not every single one is a bad cop, but like they just want to do it because like, oh, some of them are not doing their actual jobs, and random people are getting shot, especially people who are part of like ethnic groups. They're getting shot for like zero reason. Um, if you do go on YouTube whenever that happens, you can look up the George Floyd incident, which was basically a
Oh, yeah, where the police officer on his and he suffocated, yeah.
yeah, and he suffocated him to death and whatnot, and just everybody had an outrage about it. Well, I mean,
Yeah. I don't know.
it wasn't only just because of George Floyd. It was because of the major disrespect because of how people
Yeah.
treated the black ethnic race for like years on
Yeah.
years and years, and
I'm pretty sure the George Floyd really kickstarted like all of the riots though. Like obviously you have years and years of like
yeah.
being shit with people, and then as soon as the George Floyd thing happened, it was just riots everywhere. Like they had enough.
It was just, yeah, they just had
Oh,
enough. They were just like, no
yeah.
more treating like, black people like this, and we're gonna have an uproar about it. And it's just like, and what's funny is because the young, I don't want to, exactly as I said, I don't like to talk about racism here, but like it wasn't mostly the black crowd that was doing it anyway. It was like mostly white people. Like mostly white
Yeah, I
people
know.
were
It
like
was
pushing it, and they were just like starting the riots, and then young African Americans, and I want to say black because not everybody is from Africa, but they kind of just started to pick it up, and everybody was just getting like disrespected, and like it was like a bunch of stuff, because then there was like Trump supporters and Biden supporters, anti-Trump, anti-Biden. It was just a bunch of stuff that was going on.
yeah. Yeah.
Like 2020
Well,
was crazy.
2020 probably the worst year. Like,
It
well, not
really
the worst year
was.
ever, but one of the worst years. Worst year I've ever been alive for. But also, my question is, you know the riots, yeah? I don't know why, because like Black Lives Matter, yeah. I don't know why they looted though. They looted shops. Like,
Yeah,
why do you need to loot?
yeah,
Not
like why?
trying to support black people. Yeah,
Yeah, like you're trying to support this black movement that has, been disrespected for 200 years, and it's just like, why you gotta disrespect companies? Like, but like I can understand
yeah,
because half these companies, technically, these organizations and these bigger, like, named like companies, they like some of them are even themselves they're racist, and but like it wasn't even just like the big companies, it was like family businesses that even got in,
yeah,
like that got involved in
yeah.
the looting, and that you like that's not fair though. That wasn't fair to a
Yeah.
lot of them.
It's not fair to. Yeah, I hope they got something back for that. Like they got some money to help with the damages or something, because that's just fucked up to
I,
go to a family business or something, rob it
well,
because
yeah,
Black Lives Matter. Like, what makes no
yeah.
fucking sense.
It just that whole like event just it went from like because it started out as a peaceful riot. It started out as nobody was throwing hands, nobody was getting shot, no stores are getting looted. It was just to prove a point that this needs to stop because black people are getting treated like shit. So like they started the movement, and then it just escalated.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know how it escalated that much of a point because I saw like massive fires and everything when I saw anything about it. It was like massive fires and like people. I don't know. I just saw the worst parts of it, but it was just yeah, and all the yeah. I don't know. It's dumb. I know it's for a good cause and that, but you don't need to go that far. Like, I mean,
I
it's
I
just
mean even the I want to say the older black community, they did not support what was going on. They 100% did not like that. Like not at all cuz like
yeah,
it was supposed to be something peaceful, and then they thought, "Oh yeah, this is peaceful, black people need to be treated with more respect." And I agree with that cuz like, even
yeah,
whatever like nationality you are, ethnicity you are, like you should be respected for who you are, regardless of what your skin
yeah.
color is, regardless of what language you speak when you come here. Like it's just a lot. You should be like respected for, who you are. You should be respected for what you do, and like
You
as
should
equal,
discriminate
like
to discriminate.
it's the land of opportunity. Like everybody has the right to have their opportunity here. Some more than others, honestly.
Yeah, uh, yeah. I don't know. In my head, it's like, why do people think they're better than the other person because of their I can't fucking say because of the color of skin
Yeah,
or where
the
they're from.
color
Like
of their
people just
skin. Yeah,
yeah. It's ridiculous how people like treat other people because they're different in one way or something. But yeah, it's just crazy to me how it got out of like that out of control. That yeah, I'm still stuck on that part. I don't know why.
I just, I mean, like, the only way I experienced all this stuff was either from like YouTube or Reddit, and it was just like mostly Reddit handled like the most violent parts. Like I saw like a lot of people getting shot. I saw like a dude. I saw like a white guy, and like trust me, I don't even like my own race. Let's be honest. Like I
Yeah,
don't I don't like white people.
yeah. White people are dickheads. Honestly,
Like,
even though I'm white. But,
well, you're English white.
yeah, but I don't know. It's just I can't believe it was main. It was mainly white people. There was obviously black people, but it was a lot more white people that was pushing for this movement and being way more violent.
Yeah, but like it had absolutely zero to do with white people. Like the whole movement was
Yeah,
just about the equality of a the brown skin tone, the black skin tone. That's what it was more about.
yeah,
It was to give respect. It was to show that you should stop treating these people like they're shit. Like segregation is over.
yeah.
And some
Yeah,
people will
'cause there was,
tell. Some people, sorry. Go ahead.
no, I forgot what I was going to say anymore.
Oh no, like it's just some people tell me that oh the BLM movement was just a lot something different. And I was like, no, like the whole point of what those words say is Black Lives Matter. It's not about anybody but that group of people.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I have a couple of black friends, and I love them to death. You know, good guys, really. I'm never gonna look at them and be like, it's a fucking it's a gangbanger or that's a person who's just like, oh, they're gonna run up in my house and sit. No, like they're like some more than others are really good people. You know, like they're just really like just stop the hate. That's all. That's all it is. Just stop the hate. Stop treating them like shit. You know. Honestly,
Yeah.
like I don't. For me personally, like I don't really care about the police. But why go into the factor of like, do you actually you know what you had something to say? Go ahead, say what you want to say.
Nah, no, just continue talking. I mean, I forgot what I was going to say earlier, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Just keep talking.
Right, right.
But
But no, just like it's honestly like with the whole defunding the police and that all that garbage, it's just like what are you gonna do now? Like let's say a person of color or of a different like ethnicity or race, decides to call the cops, and they're not gonna show up because like these people are like they're so stupid. It's so stupid. Like what I would have to say for like police is force the older ones, like the ones that are like at least in their 50s, 60s, force them to retire. Because they're sour, they're jaded, they don't care anymore. And especially like I'm not saying only the old ones. I'm saying like the more younger ones, because the more younger ones get super paranoid and then they just start popping off. Like before, like you should like there should be a forced like psyche like test, like psychiatric test, like are you are you mentally capable of handling a high risk situation? Are you mentally capable of like holding your firearm properly and not discharging it just because,
yeah, or just yeah. No, actually, yeah, you make a really good point. Like, just do a test, like maybe once every, I don't know, a few years, like once every 3, 4 years or something.
Like
'Cause-
are you
or
mentally
maybe once every
stable?
year.
Are you mentally
Yeah,
stable to hold this gun? This gun that could kill somebody. Like this is not a toy. This is not Nerf, It's Nerf for nothing. No, this is I'm probably going to go to jail because of a hate crime, you know?
yeah, I know.
Or with like, with just like scummy like police stations, they might just call it off as nothing. They might just say, "Oh, the dude probably did have a weapon and he tried to pull it on the officer." Like bullshit. That's why you got the body cam on your on like your chest.
Yeah, I don't think the body comes out as a effect. Well, I know they're just for like court and that, yeah. But the thing is, like the officers can just turn them off at any point, so there's like no evidence of what they do. And I find like kind of, I don't know, when I think about it, it's just really dumb about police officers being like this. And the test is a really good idea. They should do a test like once a year by like a organization that might just a completely different organization. And yeah, something I find funny though is before I came on, you said don't say anything racist. Now we're talking about Black Lives Matter. I find that quite
Well,
funny.
no, because like it's only racist if you look at it in a racist manner. Because
Yeah,
like
obviously.
I do agree, because just like talking about BLM is not really a racist factor, because BLM was supposed to be a peaceful movement to stop all this like hate against like black people, this segregation. It's just like we don't live in that. We don't live in those times anymore.
Yeah,
That was the point of the whole movement. It was supposed to, stop hate, and then, other groups got involved. And, I honestly agree. We should, like, America or anywhere should just really stop the hate against, like, any ethnic group.
Yeah, like I know there's also, obviously there's Black Lives Matter here, but why did they just do that for the blacks? I know there's a lot of like Mexicans in that receive a lot of hate, for being Mexican, you know. Obviously, I know black people have had it much longer, but I don't know why they just only did it black people. Just what they don't do. Like the Mexicans and that have a lot
I
of
mean,
hate too, and I don't know why they do anything for that.
I mean, honestly, there should be like a movement for like every ethnicity, not
Yeah,
just just like America. Honestly, America was supposed to be the land of the free and the home of the brave, and it doesn't really feel like that anymore. It doesn't really feel like people can come here and be free and you know exactly do whatever they want, get whatever job they want, and just have a life here because it's supposed to be the melting pot. You know?
yeah. I know a lot of people go to America to like make their dreams come true, yeah, and they end up in a dead end job, you know, less than minimum wage or something. And it's just America. I know you're American, yeah, but if I was, I would never want to move to America forever because there's so much shit that happens over there. If you scared, little pussy, you know? Snapchat.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
But like, oh, you are able to pick it up.
Yeah. Remember, I accidentally picked up the table, and now I can pick up this.
Oh yeah, I
Little
do remember when you
table.
picked up the table. Yeah.
I can hear my. Wait, it might be it's not on. Yeah, it's.
Hold on, I'm kind of asking like, cause like my wife is watching the stream, so like I'm asking her for ideas.
Yeah.
All right, so let's delve more. Like honestly, oh he's playing with the W. I mean the U. Man, I'm dyslexic.
Yeah. I just got taller. Now I'm smaller. What?
Yeah, I don't know how to crouch
Literally.
in this game either. Half the time, like those black circles that you have around like the screen in the VR headset.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes those will close in, and I'm just like, fuck. I hate that.
Yes. Um. Oh my god, it's so annoying because if I go back too far, it just my screen goes into a small circle. No, I'm really far forward.
But no, but I totally agree that I mean like let's be honest because like 200 years of continuous segregation, even though they do live in a free world and slavery is not a thing that happens anymore, but people wanted to go back that way, and I'm just like, that's kind of fucked up. That's really fucked up on a matter actually. But like
Yeah.
honestly, like they really need to stop treating, you know, black people like shit. Like that needs to really stop because as much as we're free to do whatever we want, they're allowed to do whatever they want as well. They're allowed to have families, they're allowed to work, they're allowed to they're allowed to own guns, they're allowed to, have houses, cars, a mortgage, things like that. And it's really fucked up just to, wake up and just see all this hate towards that ethnic group. Like, I even hate seeing it. Even the black friends that I have, I just hate seeing that. Like, more people should show this group more respect, and they should have more respect.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'm still really confused how people. I don't know why they treat, because I get they have like slightly darker skin and that, but I still don't understand why they have to treat them so differently, because their skin is a little like a bit darker. It's pathetic if you think about it.
Like,
Just
I have high respect for I have high respect for this ethnic group. These black people, these black men and children and women. Like, I have high respect for them, because every day they come out into this world and people will just talk mass amounts of just racism to them. And I can understand that it's so hard for them. Actually, no, I don't. Honestly, I don't understand. I don't understand, because if it were me, I'd hit those people. I would hit them, But I don't like getting violent. I don't like getting violent, and it's just to see someone call another person a certain, slang term that was used by white people a long time ago. It's not right. It's honestly not right. And to even still hear that, and it's still not correct. And I actually do want to talk about this. I will go back into BLM in just a second, but I did see this video on iFunny, and it was of a black person walking around, I believe, this restaurant, and he went up to white people who were dining at tables, and he was just oh, the N-word is just an N-word, it means totally nothing. And he was walking up to these these white people, these white men and women, and he was just my N-word. And he wanted them to say it because he wants to prove that it's just a word. And I'm just well, in technical terms, you shouldn't be doing that, even if it's for publicity, that's not a word. That's a word that is so it's historical at this point. It's historically racist, and it's historically offensive. And seeing something like that, truly, I want to say that I'm not really okay with it as much as the person doing the video was okay with it. But that's not words I want to hear come out of a white person's mouth.
imagine how uncomfortable the people were.
They looked incredibly uncomfortable. Who? And I've known even my Call of Duty pals, half of them are black and half of them are just oh no, I'm gonna give you the N-word pass, say it. I'm no, no, thank you. Even my a fellow ex coworker who is kind of like a little brother to me. His name is Kai, and he's even stated oh N-word past this, and I was just no, I'm not gonna say that, because that's not my word, that's not my place, that's just no, I don't feel comfortable. That makes me so uncomfortable. Don't give people permission for a word that is not theirs, even if it was created by white people so long ago. That's no, honestly.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
go ahead.
yeah, no, nah, you're right. People, I know it's they're just trying to prove it's just a word, but obviously it's been so racist for such a long time. I don't know why he tried to do that. I mean, it maybe just I don't know. It's just confusing. Why? So I know a bunch of people will do that as well. They try and get white people to say the N word. Don't know why. And most of the black people I've ever met, they're really nice, or they're I'm not trying to be racist or anything, but they're just a little shady, Well, that's just the area I live in. But
well, I mean,
really nice, really.
No, and you're right, and the whole movement was to pay attention to how America was just wronging this group. And honestly, I understand where you're coming from, because like most of them act out in this way because they're so underpowered. It's such a racial thing. Like, I understand for the factor of, like, why we have, like, gangsters, like, gangbangers, and like that's them showing that they, I want to feel power. I want to feel powerful. I want to show that, oh, you're gonna talk shit, you're gonna get smacked.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point. Like, that's the whole point of the movement. It's just to give them more respect, give them more, like, pay attention to us, because we're important as much as you're important. So Black Lives Matter,
Yeah.
because they do matter.
Yeah. Every life matters.
I wouldn't.
Well,
I know.
apart from murdered someone.
Yeah, but like more so the attention is towards BLM. Like, I understand all lives matter, but that's a fucked up thing to say too, honestly. Even though all lives do
Really?
matter. Well, well,
Yeah. No, I see. Yeah.
it's kind of like it's all it's like all fucked up. Like, I don't want to say, like, I don't want to put you down for it, but like you.
No, I totally understand. I didn't think before I spoke. Yeah, that was my fault. I take blame for that one.
Oh, no. It's just like black people just deserve more. They deserve more out of this fucked up melting pot. Honestly, they deserve more out of this whole thing that we call America. Home of the brave, land, or home of the free, land of the brave. And it's just, black people are incredibly underpowered, and they deserve this power. They deserve to be like, hey, this is not fair. I deserve to be treated like a human being.
Yeah.
I deserve to be treated how a white person gets to deserve to be treated, with respect, with like high regard, just highly everything. They deserve that respect. They deserve that treasure. They deserve that privilege. And honestly, more privilege should be given to black people. More privilege should be given to African Americans. More of a darker skin tone should be given more privilege, and not just treated like shit just because of their skin color.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. But yeah.
And that's the type of movement that I support. Not the non-violence, like what they were doing during 2020. Not like all like the shootings and the looting. Like, no, I support I support BLM. Like, yes, they deserve, like, they don't deserve all this punishment anymore. That's so in the past now, and people need to get over it, because like they're here now. They're gonna stay here, and they're always gonna be here. You're gonna walk down the street and you're gonna see a black person, and you know what? Go up to them and say hi. Go up and ask how they're feeling. Not, what are they doing? Are they doing something shady? It's just like, where is my fellow black man? No, it's, how is my fellow black man? How is he doing today? Does he want to talk? Like, be honest. Like, America should, like, if this is America's honesty, it's fucked up. This is honestly crucial. This is something so negative that keeps happening, and it's not fair. It's not fair. It's just like let's say let's say the roles switch one day, and white people go into slavery. Now we have black masters, and they're gonna, white people are gonna feel like shit. They're gonna be like, wow, this is really difficult. I'm sorry for treating you this way, and just, give them more respect. They're people too. They're part of this society. They're part of this community, and they deserve it. They deserve all the privileges, white people have. Like, they deserve more privilege than white people. And I say this because I don't like white people. White people are pieces of shit, honestly.
Yeah. You know, and yeah, a lot of white people are pieces of shit. Uh, honestly, I feel like back in history, yeah, I don't know why, yeah, but I feel like white people should have been slaves just so they knew how it felt. Maybe all this shit in the present day would have never happened if both sides were slaves at one point. They would understand how it felt, you know?
Yeah, I'm so glad that there was an uproar and there was an underground railroad and Harriet Tubman and Martin Luther King and Martin Luther King Jr. and just like I'm so glad that
Yeah.
there was there. Like just
It's if you
imagine
think
if
about
we
it, yeah.
if we didn't like if they didn't do that, like if they didn't start an uproar, like America would still be in this segregative state. Like it would have been so fucked up. It would have probably had even more heavier riots than what we have now.
Yeah. Yeah, if just people just didn't speak up back then, just imagine what the world would be like right now.
Like
Or just America be like right now. It's just, jeez, yeah. Black people would definitely like not be. They wouldn't have as many privileges as they do right now. Like it's, and yeah, I don't. It's. Huh. Just imagine if no one spoke up about it back then, like Martin Luther King or something. Imagine if there wasn't an uproar. Just imagine how the world would be right now.
probably shit. Honestly, garbage.
Do you think there would still be slaves, or do you think someone would have finally spoke up like, at some point?
I believe that a revolution would have started and would have continued through the years if like nobody stood up for this whole messed up just if nobody spoke up for slavery would still be a thing, honestly. If nobody spoke up for giving you know black people rights and letting them go to school alongside white people, letting them ride the bus the same as white people, and just there would be constant riots. Like people would die left and right, honestly.
Yeah, it's
And
yeah, it's
like
just crazy to think about how much stuff has happened to these like black people. Like it's crazy to think how much stuff they've went through, and now they're putting up with they've got more privileges now, obviously, but they're still putting up a lot of shit that they just don't deserve. Most people I've met would love, best people I've ever met, yeah, the black people, yeah. Obviously, you've got some of them that just, yeah. I'm not trying to be racist or anything. It's happened with white people as well. It's just the area I live in, It's just a bit fucked.
right.
It's, because I live like near drug dealers, like at my old house. There was like a massive fight and like 15 people got stabbed, and it was all blamed on one person. It was crazy. I feel like they blamed on him because he was black, and he was like, there's like 4 people that survived, I think. I don't know why they had a fight. I think it was over weed or money, and like 15 people got stabbed. Crazy. I completely changed the topic, sorry about that.
No, that's a great concept though, because like that's honestly great that you brought up, because like if it was just blamed on one black person, like 15 people got stabbed, like out of those 15 people, like who's to say they weren't fighting? Who's to say half of them, like, were they all white? Were some of them black? Like, did some of them even defend their
Oh,
lives? Like, some of them were innocent. Just
I'm,
like, were they innocent, like weed smokers? Just like, like, it's just
I actually
it's
know
a
some of them.
it's just a whole like it's a whole messed up like it's just really messed up like and
Yeah.
and even then like it's just America's just one big racist like America. I want to say America is just like one big racist teapot that just keeps pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring and pouring. And I'm not trying to use that as like, a British term because,
Yeah, obviously.
America
But
America is
not,
just like
I
one
agree
big
with it.
teapot. It's just one big liquidy racist, like it's liquid racism that just keeps getting poured out, honestly. And
Yeah.
it's not towards like I don't want to say it's not towards any other ethnic group, but like I want to concentrate more on like the the darker skin tone, like the black people,
Yeah.
honestly, because like that I feel like that's where it's more pouring the tea into. And it's just like just stop racism. Stop racism altogether. But like the more you say that, the more it's not really gonna happen, and the more just negativity is just gonna come out of it.
Real question is, honestly, do you think black people will ever be given like the same amount of respect as white people? Like in the next, do you think this will ever happen?
I'm sorry, what?
Do you think black people will be given like the same amount of respect as white people?
Do I
Like,
think
do you
they
think
should? Do I think they should be
no?
given?
Do you think it will ever happen?
It
Like,
should be happening, honestly. It should be happening. Like
no,
white
100% not like, oh, yeah,
100%
yeah,
of that respect should be transferred to black people.
honestly,
Honestly, like they had to fight to get here. They had to fight to abolish racism and, segregation. I mean, racism is still there, but they had to fight for like so many rights that they did not have back then. And that's why I said like
yeah,
you got Rosa Parks who was forced to sit in the back of the bus,
yeah,
and she fought for the rights to be equal. And then that's where Martin Luther King came into play, and he was just like, I want to see this racism stop. I want to see everybody have equality, like I want to see everybody be happy with each other.
yeah. It's just in my
but
head, it's like
but
something to
mostly
dream
but
of.
mostly but mostly to like the black crowd. Like more like, yes, I do agree that more respect should be transferred from white people to black people. Like more respect should be given to this ethnic group, because like just like they should be given more prestigious opportunities, um more like prestigious like privileges. Like they should be able to like have like better jobs, be able to be businessmen. And even though they are like businessmen and women, and that's society, that's how they're doing it. And they are businessmen and they are running their own business. And female like black females are running their own shops, and they're running their own saloons and restaurants and in their own bars. And it's great to see that. It's lovely to always see something like that, because they're saying, hey, if they can do it, I can do it, and I can fight for it every single day. And it's right.
Yeah,
It's right. And that's like where like I have the highest utmost respect for the black crowd. And I wish that with the negativity that came out of BLM, I wish it was more, we want to stop this racism, and that's what it was. And it turned into something so negative and uproaring. But it wasn't because of blacks, it was because of white people. They turned it around and they made it something that, and let's be honest, like white people made it about them, about
yeah.
themselves.
I don't know why they did. Yeah,
And I don't understand that either, because this is not a movement that was for you. This was a movement for this colored group.
yeah.
Like we're
I think
here,
what?
they're here to abolish every racial thing that has happened to them, every piece of hate that has happened to them. That was the point. It was the point to stop this racism. It was the point to abolish this segregation. It was to abolish this racism. It was to abolish the hate. It was to abolish just everything that has happened to the black crowd.
Yeah. And then white people made it all about themselves. And
Exactly, and they
I'm
made
pretty
it
sure
worse.
I feel like the platform TikTok.
Yeah, I do. I know the platform, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know why, but when I was scrolling through it during this time, I just saw so many like 14 to like 18-year-old females make it all about themselves. I don't know why. I know a lot of white people did that, yeah, but confusing about how dumb about making it for themselves and not, you know. Anyway,
Yeah, I didn't understand that either. Just like, it was just mostly white people turning it into just something negative. Like, that's why half, like, the older community of black people didn't like it, and that's why they didn't want to be a part of it. Because
yeah,
that's not how black people are. They don't want to be violent. They don't want to be violent. They want to be peaceful. They want to talk about, like, this is bothering me. Let's do something about it.
yeah,
And then, of course, whites being whites, they were just like, yeah, I support that. But how about a little more violence to, show that you actually mean it? Like, no. Like, come on. If
they're
Martin
not
Luther
violent
King can
people.
step up onto a podium and speak his mind without violence and be like, I want black people and white people to be in the same schools and, ride, on the same bus and drink from the same water fountain and just, be equal. Why did it have to turn into something so violent? Like, a
Yeah,
lot of unnecessary deaths happened because of it. Like, BLM
yeah,
was supposed to be a peace movement, not a violent movement.
they're not violent people. They never wanted this. It's just
This is
white
how
people are just
this is how
idiots, you
like
know.
this is how white people turn them into. Like, this is
Yeah,
this is what happens
mm,
when you back up a wild animal into a corner. They don't necessarily, if you don't bother them, they're not going to bother you, but you kick the cage and this is what happens.
yeah. Do you know do you know a number about how many people died during like 2020,
during
like around
during the
like the
riots.
riots? Yeah, do you know like how many people do you think died? How many unnecessary deaths do you think there were during the riots?
I mean,
A
because
lot.
of, yeah, I want to say a lot too. I want to say a lot of people did get injured as well, but like
Yeah,
a lot of it a lot of it just that wasn't so necessary. Like, these B BLM, as much as I'm saying it now, BLM is just, it was such a peaceful movement, and then it turned into a ballista. It went off the rails.
yeah.
And I feel
Uh,
like people don't really pay attention or really put their, like, eyes to, like, this group of people because they're suffering. They're suffering. They're suffering because America made them suffer. And
yeah,
they're just trying to get themselves out of the dirt. They're trying to wash themselves clean of all this hatred and all this racism, and just, they want to be able to live this life as much as you and I can live this life, as much as me
yeah,
and my wife can live this life and be, and just have it, without having the trouble.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I respect
They
that.
just it's like a new start on a game. It's like they want like a clean slate. They just want to be respected and yeah, they just want to live their lives, just peaceful lives.
Exactly.
And it's I still don't know why white people made it so violent. The
Yeah,
movement. It's
exactly. It wasn't
it's
supposed
just
to be
so
violent.
violent.
It was supposed to be,
Peaceful movement.
yeah, it was supposed to be said in the same way as, Martin Luther King did his speeches. Like, no violence, none of that, just words. Just feel how I feel because of how the world is still treating my people, you know?
Yeah. I bet
And
if white people felt like, look, if white people, like, it's like walk a mile in their shoes. You know that saying or something like that? Or it's
yeah,
like
walk a mile,
white
yeah,
people
like walk
were
a mile in
treated.
their shoes. Feel how it
Yeah.
feels to be them for at least like a day or two. It's just like
Or
you
maybe
wouldn't, you
a
wouldn't,
month. Just
yeah,
know how
maybe,
it feels.
yeah, just like a
And
whole,
then
like
they
a
would
month
want
of
change
walking,
instantly.
a month of just walking uphill. Look at the trouble
Yeah.
there. Look at how much you're gonna struggle. Look at how many people are just gonna, look at you dirty and, say probably a racial slur behind your back. And, even with the hardcore white people who are just incredibly racist because they don't care, but just like feel what it feels to be in their shoes, to walk 40 miles. And that's
Yeah.
not going to happen
Just
in
I
that's
bet.
not going to happen in a day. That's going to happen in a month. That could happen in a year. And it's just like, just stop this hate. Just stop the hate. Just stop the hate. Honestly, just stop the hate. Stop the hate. Why are you so hateful against these people? They just want to live peacefully as much
Normal
as you
sort of
do.
thing.
Yeah, they just want to live normal lives. Normal lives just like the
Mm,
rest of the people that live in America. They want to be able to live normal lives.
yeah. It's like I bet if, like we were saying, yeah, about walking a mile in their shoes. I bet if white people were treated how black people were for like a month, yeah, they would want change instantly. They want to like they would want to they would want change like within a week probably. If you think about it, and then maybe they'll realize how much suffering black people have went through for all these years. You know, maybe.
I agree. No, it's not maybe is I agree. I totally agree. Like the roles should be flipped. Honestly,
Yeah.
like let's let's put, let's put black people in positions of power, flip the roles and just put white people through all this poverty, the difficulty of like housing, the difficulty of having like to getting welfare and food stamps and this and that, just all this difficulty, put it on their shoulders. Let let the black crowd live freely, peacefully, without hatred, without racism, and just let's see how that works out for at least a year. And obviously it's not going to
Yeah.
work out because white people are going to stand up and be like, well, my life is shit. But look at their life. They're so
Yeah.
privileged. They're so privileged. They get to have this and that and this and that because of their lighter skin tone. Walk a whole year in their shoes. See the homelessness, see the factor of getting welfare, see the factor of, having to struggle throughout your life, to be spit on.
Yeah. It's just I you've.